Hi there, this is Krisha Young here, and I wanted to record a video for you so that you can have a little bit of an understanding of how we can use human design to help you understand your relationships a little bit better. So this could be like romantic relationships, it could be family members or whatnot. Um, I'm going to assume you have a little bit of knowledge about human design. And if you don't, then I would encourage you to go to my website and go to krishayoung.com and go to the human design. WTF is human design, so that you can have a little bit of an understanding of what I'm talking to in the beginning here. But I'm going to share my screen. And anyway, it doesn't matter if you understand it or don't understand it. The point is, this is an amazing tool for you to be able to understand yourself at a much deeper level. And if you were to book in a session with me, I would take you through all the basics that you need to know first and foremost before getting into some of this nitty gritty. So this one here, what I wanted to show was the fun stuff, because everybody wants to know all about relationships. Everybody wants to know about, like, is this partner good for me? Like, why are my partner and I always arguing? Why is my daughter and I, why are we always butting heads? Like, what is going on? And knowing and understanding your human design and their human design can really, really, really help you to have harmony in your relationships, okay? So it's really important to know this, and it can help with your communication, and it can help with your basic understanding of your partner or of your family members. So this is a comparison chart here between myself and my ex-husband. My ex-husband, we have a very beautiful, loving relationship now, and we co-parent our children, and because we understand each other's design now. So it's almost like in divorce and separation, where we get along so much better because we found out about this tool and about this way too late in the progression of our relationship. And there's times where I really, really wish we had known about this earlier on, because it would have saved so much. So let me give you an example. So I'm an emotional generator, and Chris is a splenic projector. So what does that mean? So a generator is what is known as one of the four different types, energy types in human design, and projector is one of the other four. And the generator energy type is somebody who's like got a lot of energy, a lot of go. Let's go. A big motor running inside my body, where I'm always ready to go. I'm always ready to work. I'm always, it takes a really long time for me to burn out. Let's just put it that way. Whereas projectors are not here for that kind of, they don't have that kind of energy. They have a very different energy. They're here to advise. They're here to sit back and wait. And then once they're invited, then they will share their wisdom. And they are incredibly smart and incredibly, incredibly wise people. If you have a projector in your life, listen to them, ask them to share. They need to be invited. You need to ask them to share for their information. And, but they can't keep up. They're not meant to. They're not meant to go in the way generators do. And what happens is projectors often think that they're a generator. They pull, because 70% of the population is, so they're pulling on all of our energy and thinking that they can keep up, but their bodies just can't. And so they're exhausted. And so you can imagine the kind of like arguments that might or might not have happened when you've got those two energetic conflicts going on in a home, right? Like, I'm wanting to go. He's wanting to have a nap in the middle of the day. And I'm like, why? And, why, when there's no reason, there's no seemingly obvious reason for you to want that, right? It's one thing when it's like, oh yeah, of course you worked all these hours, I understand. But when there's no clear understanding of why somebody needs something, it can be really, really hard to understand what that person's going through. And when you understand their energy type, now you get it. I was working with a projector last week, and both of his parents and his sister were manifestors. And so that's three very powerful, very sharp energy people with a projector whose energy is very, very different. And so the way he grew up and the way they were with him, unbeknownst to any of them, was very toxic in a way, because they didn't understand their different energy levels. And his parents didn't understand why he wasn't as sort of sharp and punchy as they were. So you can see how this can play out in all sorts of different dynamics between you and your parents, between you and your kids if you have them, between you and your partner, friends, all of that kind of stuff. The second area that I mentioned was I'm an emotional generator, and Chris is a splenic projector. So this is now where we get into authority in human design. And so that is right here is my emotional authority, and right here is splenic authority in the body graph. And so what this means is Chris is able to make decisions like that in the moment. Like he can just, bam, have a decision and he's done. Whereas I need more time. And so you can see how that dynamic would play out, right? Like he would get frustrated with me because I was taking a really long time to make decisions on something, or, you know, like I wasn't clear, you know, with emotional authority, you're never really 100% clear on things. You need to just like kind of go with it after a certain point of going through your process. And so you can see right there, that would cause a lot of chaos, especially in times of stress. The other issues that we had, oh, bless us, were these compromises. So we've got these 4 compromise channels right here. And so let's look at this one here. So this is this 952, which is right here. So this channel of concentration here. So Chris has, let me just get my drawing again here so you can see. So you can see right here that Chris has got, he's green in this chart and I'm blue. So he has a little bit of green there in 52. So this means that he has a gate activation in gate number 52, but I have the whole entire channel. So I've got 9 to 52. Gates and channels is more advanced. I'm not going to really get into detail about what that is right now, but just know that in a reading, I would go into detail about what this means. So don't worry about what that means right now. The important part is that because he has half of an activation there and I have the whole entire channel, which means that I basically trump him in that area. So anything that, any gift, anything that would come out of that gate number 52, anything that was part of him that wanted to be expressed from that gate 52, because I'm so dominant in so many areas, I would just squish him in that area without even knowing that I was squishing him in that particular area, right? So this is why it's really important to know the design, because then you can know, oh, okay, I'm compromising my partner in this particular area. So the other neat things to look at are like companionship channels, which is right here. So we've got, both of us have this, this channel right here, which is the freak to genius channel, which is basically we both have the ability to be able to take complex, interesting information such as human design and translate it out our throat in a way that people can understand. So hopefully that's true for you right now. I know that there might be some stuff in here that you're trying to figure out. Just don't try to figure anything out right now. You haven't had a reading, or maybe you don't know about that. That's okay. I'm just showing you as an overall example of how we can go deep into your design and the design of somebody else. And if we were working together, I would explain what all of these channels mean, okay? So for the purpose of this video, you don't need to know any of that. Then we've got electromagnetic channels. So this is like, of course, where, you know, electromagnetic. So this is where two people can come together, only if they're healthy though. And when I mean healthy, I mean mentally, I mean conscious, I mean their heart is open. So for example, let's look at this one. This is right here. This one here is the channel of money, the design of a materialist right here. And so I am channel 21, he is channel 45. And so basically how this channel is supposed to work in the electromagnetic is that I am the person who is basically making the money, and I am the one who is there to disperse it out. He is the king or the ruler. This is the queen or the king for anybody who has this one. And he's the one who says, okay, this is where we need to spend the money is over here. And this is where we need to spend the money is over there. Now, you can imagine if you are growing up with toxic money stories, if you have money issues, if you have no communication in your relationship, if you've got money problems, whatever, that is going to not be healthy, because what happened was he might tell me what to do with the money, and I was like, no, you can't tell me what to do with this. And so because we didn't understand that dynamic, and we had a whole bunch of other issues at play here, that beautiful channel didn't get used in the way it was meant to be used. So if we had been more awake and more conscious and more understanding of each other's energies, then we would have known that, oh, okay, so Chris is projecting onto me, telling me where the money should be spent. And I should just be listening to him and spending it where he's telling me. And if we had done that, then, maybe it would have been different. It just would have been different. And then the last one here that we're going to look at is the dominance channels. So this is where, like Chris would have dominated me. So this is the channel of acceptance right here. So he would have had an entire channel right here, if you can see where my mouse is, that I didn't have anything. So I had no openings or anything like that. So he would have been able to dominate me in this particular area with the traits that are present in that particular channel. Okay. Right. So probably a lot of information there. However, the point is not to go into the nitty-gritty and the detail of what do all those channels mean. It doesn't matter. The point is you can see how human design can be used as a tool to help you understand the people in your life more. You can start to communicate a little bit differently, or a lot differently, when you understand each other's energy type. When you start to understand how you both naturally make decisions. Where are you in the electromagnetic scale? Where are you in the compromise scale? And how can we, where are you personally in your own sabotages? Where are you personally in your own material that needs to be healed and needs to be looked at? And you're drawing out the worst in yourself, and then you draw out the worst in each other, right? So the more you understand, and I use this as a tool in my overall coaching business in order to help people see the truth of who they are, so that they can finally just shed all of the crap that doesn't belong to them and start actually being the person that they are. And then when you're in a relationship, whether it's a spouse or a lover or a child or a parent or something like that, now you can have a much better understanding. That client that I was telling you about, once I did that reading with him and I talked to him about, how difficult that must have been for him as a projector working with these manifestors. And we talked about, living with the manifestors. And we talked about the different kind of energy. I gave him some, things in which to say to his parents so that they can understand him a little bit more. I mean, he's a grown adult, but when does that ever stop our parents from telling us what to do, right? And, he had a very beautiful conversation with them, and he was able to articulate in a much more clear and concise way to his parents about why he was slightly different and what his needs were in a way that they could understand. Because before he was trying to explain it, but he didn't have any sort of reference point to explain it. Okay. That is the beauty of knowing your design and utilizing it in this kind of format. So that's all I want to share with you today in this video. If you are interested in having your design read by me, then I would encourage you to grab my Back to You bundle. This is where I help you alchemize your gold, because there is gold inside of you. And, this is how we're going to help you understand and learn what your true purpose is, who you are, how you use your energy, all of the kinds of things that I talked about. And if you want to do some sort of comparison charts or anything like that, then you're more than welcome to do that. So I would really encourage you to go ahead. These are sessions that can just be scheduled, and just click the link and you can just get booked in my calendar, and we will go through your personal chart, and like make it relevant to your life, right? So everything that I do, I bring it into how is this relevant to your life, to your business, to your relationships, to what is going on in your life right now. So it's not some esoteric kind of like, woo, floaty thing in the universe. You're like, okay, that's great, but I have no freaking idea how to use this thing. So I want you to go ahead and grab that link, book in. There's more information in that link about what it is that you can expect. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.